and boots and boots and boots and boots and
Oh
boots
no.
and boots and boots.
No way.
Alright.
I bought
Welcome back, everyone. Hold on, I have to see what the hell I fucked up with Svetlana's camera. Oh, I see. I hit it instead of locked it. There we go. Now we see. Welcome back to the Role Players Guild, where something's bound to go wrong every time. We have episode 15, for those of you who haven't been counting. Episode 15 of Dream Dealers of Fairhaven. And, I believe last time, someone recognized Mark 5, and that's pretty freaky for me.
Spooky!
So we are gonna go and jump into this. I'm Beluga, your guildmaster here at the Role Players Guild, and I play Mark 5, the Warforged Warlock. Alex, to you at lore on deck. I think Alex might be frozen.
Does that mean that I'm not on deck?
He looks very stoic.
Yeah, I think you're up, Laura, while Alex is frozen for us.
Okay, well, while Alex is frozen for us. Ah, there we go. He went really fast.
Am I on?
Yes, you are.
Yeah, you're on now.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome, Alex.
Hi. I'm a lizard. I'll try and keep it all alive.
Tonight is going to be an interesting episode.
We're gonna have a blast.
He's robot again.
Uh-oh.
We might be down a lizard tonight.
Uh-oh. We can't be lizardless.
And up a third robot.
We already have a third robot.
Up a fourth robot. I forgot about the goat.
Yeah. No, only 3. The goat, me, and you.
Yeah,
joke,
so
the joke was
the lizard is turning into a robot.
Oh,
yeah.
Sorry. Over my head. I'm really pretty.
You're fine.
Yeah. Alright, we're gonna...
Alex, I can hear you, bud.
Yeah, but he's
Can
freezing
you?
on and off.
Yep. I think
Yeah.
someone's got some connection issues tonight.
Yeah.
Laura, you want to roll with it?
I turned out of...
We might have to try with your camera off if you can hear me for the night. It might help a little bit. Oh, bye. And now you can see what happens to the cameras when one person leaves the chat.
Stay in school, kids.
Actually, Svetlana's is the only one that pretty much stayed the same.
Nice.
I'll take a picture for you guys for the Discord.
Alright. Looks like Alex is rebooting.
Okie
Dang, Jason, I didn't realize you were playing a lizard tonight.
I know, right? It's a surprise swap night.
That's
Guess what, Laura? You're DM.
Oh no! I don't want to be the DM. All right,
Or is that
guys.
Beluga? Looks like Beluga's DM.
I'll DM.
Yeah, I think that's Beluga because
I've been in my DMing era lately, so I'm good. I'm good to go.
Yeah.
I'll just tell B that she's running a game tonight.
Yeah, there you go.
Exactly.
Welcome back, B.
Welcome back, B. It's your Discord server. Get over here.
She's gonna run Tomb of Annihilation, and she's not gonna let us level up.
Oh. Uh-oh.
I hope you like dying.
Alright.
Yeah, Tomb
Alex
of Annihilation's
is in our
pretty brutal.
YouTube chat.
Ooh, is he causing chaos on YouTube?
Not yet. I've been itching to get back into the DM chair for a bit, actually. Well, you can't get into the DM chair if you can't even have your camera working.
That's very true. DMs have to have working cameras. It's a requirement.
People have to see all your neato facial expressions.
Even if you don't have the camera, we at least need your voice.
This is true. Although the voice of the DM or the godlike figure doesn't come to everyone, it does need to come to the player characters.
Beast Spouse, are you wearing a brace? What happened to your hand?
I fell in the most on-brand way possible and messed up my wrist.
Oh no.
Nice.
That's no good.
So you were petting a cat while you fell?
Much better than that.
I love that for you.
For what now?
Alex, are you
Sorry, I got distracted by Squeakleton.
Alex, are you going to try and join the Discord just voice, or are you out?
Is he still rebooting?
He's in our YouTube chat, that's all I know.
Okay.
Oh, there he
Oh,
is.
wait. Here he comes.
You are back.
How am I sounding?
You are
Hey. Welcome back.
And you froze like almost immediately. You're not frozen right now, but you did freeze for a second. You might if you have to, try playing without the camera if it keeps happening. Maybe just having the camera on is a little too much. It might be eating it a little bit. Oh, that moved people around. Hold on.
Yeah, well, I figured that was gonna happen.
Yeah, it only moved. Well, I moved you three guys around, but I can deal with that. I don't have to adjust too much, at least. So Xylek, Gilzaf, and Anna.
Downstairs. I have good internet.
Let me edit Gilzaf's camera first.
What else?
Alright. I probably shouldn't be drinking this right before you hit the gym, huh? I was hoping to...
You know.
This is the gym?
Well, right after the game, I was gonna go try to get jacked and swole.
Don't forget to skip leg day every day.
Right.
Always skip leg day.
Who needs leg day?
About that. I'm pretty consistent with that. About once a month, I make sure I don't miss leg day.
I always skip leg day.
Uh-oh.
And also all of the other body parts day. I don't go to the gym.
Hey, I'm like 50 pounds overweight. Every day is leg day for me.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
No, I had a...
Go ahead, Jason.
Oh, no, I just had a warning from the doctor, actually. Because I had, like, an issue with my heart a few months back.
Oh, no.
And doctor was like, get your butt in the gym. And so I do. But I give up caffeinated soda. So, baby steps.
Baby steps.
Baby
Yep,
steps.
yep.
Dan, I am making Dan quit cold turkey because the baby steps don't work.
Yeah. Sometimes that's what's got to
Oh
happen.
my god. Dan without his Coke Zero? Oh my god.
I have to yell at him every time we order food and he gets a soda, and it's like, I feel bad for being the bad guy, but I know I have to.
Yeah, it makes a difference. That's for sure.
All right. Alex, you can try again at your intro.
That's fine. Let's just get on with it.
All right, DM, take it away.
And I will take it away. Good evening, everybody. Welcome. Please check our previous episodes for when our technology is working, and you can get the intro on everybody. For those of you that are new, you're about to make new friends. Welcome. My name is Jason. I am your guide to the light, and tonight, you brave and perhaps foolish adventurers have found yourselves in an apartment in a slightly upper scale area of the city of Fairhaven, in the realm of Eberron. Welcome. And so, what's been going on? Why are y'all here?
Why are
We've
we
all been
here?
following the goat.
There was a goat. Y'all were investigating some things, right?
Yep. Yeah, we were investigating some crazy Lucidia stones.
That's right.
Which were crystals that make people have lucid dreams.
Right. Yes, this wonderful new product has come onto the market, allowing people to kind of control their dreams, right? But not all is well with this product. Some crazy things have been happening. People have been going, just committing some outrageous acts of violence, acts of atrocity. And the only thing they can kind of pin it on is that each of these people who went crazy used these Lucidia stones. Our faithful heroes were called upon to investigate and to dig up the answers, and your quest has thus led you here to the home of Mayweather Westloon, who was a member of the Arcane Congress, who used a Lucidia Stone and just kind of went crazy. She was placed on administrative leave, and you have decided to pay her a visit. Stepping through the portal, knocking on the door, finding it unlocked, and getting to investigate the apartment. None other appears than Mayweather Westland herself, but she recognized a certain member of the party, which was
Mark 5.
Mark 5, played by our very own Beluga, which was kind of a cliffhanger moment at that point. She kind of stepped out of the room and she looked at you all, and her eyes settled upon Mark 5, and she said your name. And she looks upon you with great recognition, and here you stand in that moment. So perhaps your minds are filled with questions. I'll put it to the players at this point to do some role-playing and find out what's going on.
Mark 5 is just says, "Do you know me?"
Okay. She kind of stares for just a moment, almost like she's trying to gather her thoughts and gather words about what to say, and says, "It's been a long time. Do you not remember?" She's pausing and she's kind of trying to come to grips with what to say. You can tell she's kind of exacerbated a little bit. Let me see. Let's do a quick. Let's do a perception check with Mark 5.
Perception. Let's see. Okay.
Thank you.
17.
Okay. All right. So a couple things strike you as just kind of not necessarily familiar, not like you remember anything, but you can just kind of quickly put together her clothing, her garb, her appearance. You immediately know that this is somebody who was affiliated with like the political branch of the realm. This is just kind of what members of the Arcane Congress wear when in session. This also strikes you as a little bit odd because, I mean, she's just hanging out at home, right? Shouldn't she just kind of be in casual clothes or, or pajamas, bathrobe? I don't know. But
Not
she's
to mention, we knocked on the door, right? Like,
right.
no one answered.
You did knock on the door, so it's a little odd. Her thoughts begin to kind of collect, but for your part, what you are able to put together is you recognize immediately that this is somebody who's in kind of like the a member of the Arcane Congress, and that strikes you with a certain aura of familiarity. Though you may not remember her, nothing kind of comes to mind as far as who she is. Let's see. She kind of looks you all up and down, and then her eyes settle back upon you, Mark 5, and says, "If you're here, things have gone bad. My mind is,"
Oh.
and she kind of holds a hand up to her head, and she says, "My mind is not where it should be. I'm not who I am."
Did you use one of those stones?
Yes, I did. And then she kind of goes back. She kind of quickly darts back into her room here, and she moves to the desk. And she's looking. She starts kind of like frantically rummaging through through her drawers and things like that. And she says, "Where is it? Where is your key? Where is your key?" And she's referring to something to what might appear to be like a memory chip or something of that nature.
Can I look around the room to help her?
Mm-hmm. Okay. And Mark 5, you had a 17 on your perception, right? Okay. Okay. Can you guys think of anything that you might have found?
There's book here. Oh, where'd everyone go?
What's that, Xylek?
I was just I came out of the room holding the book, saying that this book mentions that she knows Mark 5.
Okay.
And I come out late, see that everyone's gone. I tried to wait for a good break in the conversation. But...
Okay.
Oh.
Right. Okay. Yeah, there's a commotion coming from this room here, and it looks like everyone's kind of moved into that room. Okay. Nice. So Xylek kind of was clued into that that Mayweather Westland knows Mark 5, right? And she's looking frantically through her drawers, and every minute she just kind of loses hope a little bit. It's like, where is it? Where could it be? Can any of you think of anything that you may have picked up during your adventures that might resemble what Mayweather Westland is looking for?
Mark 5 has that chip from that other Warforged we found.
Okay.
And
it was never used, right?
Correct.
Yeah, it wasn't used. Okay. I don't know that, so I'm just gonna quickly like help her. I don't have to actually roll anything for I'm not actually looking. I'm just helping her look.
Okay.
Yeah, Mark 5 will pull out the chip. Does it look like this one?
She turns. That's it. That's it.
We found this in another Warforged.
Okay. And I didn't regenerate a name for that one. We'll call them Mark 2.
I think we had a name for it, but you also made it up on the spot, so...
Okay. It was a while back, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Indeed. Okay. They had to take you... they had to shut you all down. They had to turn you off. They had to turn you all off. It would have thwarted the plan. They couldn't... And she kind of gazes into your visage and just says they couldn't make you dream. And she takes the chip... it's in your hand. So she indicates the chip, and she looks at you and kind of points to her neck, indicating for you to put that into your port.
Would these still be my memories, or the other Warforged?
Not memories, protocols, tools, everything we need. Everything we need.
All right.
Who's we? Who's they? Before you do that, Who is they?
Okay. And she's kind of having a hard time formulating her words, and she's saying they, the dreamers, the dark, the nightmares.
Did they make the protocols?
No, we made them. We tried to resist. We tried to stop them.
So these will not. These won't pull Mark 5 into some weird monster thing, right?
No.
That
Which is a
Lana's
I'm
little
gonna
bit-
playing an
stop like
insight
trying to
game
make
on
you
that.
not do it anymore.
Yeah, I wanted to do
Right.
insight too. Not that
Okay.
I have much insight on peoples, but
hmm
I mean, I'll do an insight too.
that's a 9.
Okay.
So
A 9?
Svetlana's was a lot better.
Okay. Svetlana, 18 insight.
And mine was a 15.
Okay.
Svetlana for the win.
All right. So yeah, you're picking up a couple things. One, what's getting through, what's being communicated to you is sincere. It's coming from a place of sincerity. It's being every now and then she kind of shifts a little bit into a separate person, a separate consciousness, almost like she's somebody else for a few seconds, and then there's a change, and then she continues to try and get this message through. They tried to stop us. They did stop us. You need the tools. You need the protocols.
With that, I'm going to just insert the chip.
Okay.
The look on Svetlana's face when you do that is just like, what? What?
What? Okay.
At least use a condom.
Sorry. It's not quite that kind of interface, but always good advice.
Just porn starts playing from
Firewall.
my mouth.
Right.
Wrong chip.
Wrong chip. Different chip, different slot. Right. So yeah. So the moment that chip activates, the rest of you kind of see Mark 5 kind of the eyes kind of flicker. There's a change in the just kind of a change in Mark 5's countenance. Mark 5, a flurry of somebody else's recording, somebody else's memories, somebody else's data, all of that stuff kind of begins to flood through, and you see this history of Mayweather Westloon working closely with a number of constructs, including yourself. Something is going wrong. This journal, basically, or a float of memories, just kind of shows this deep concern in Mayweather Westloon. You see her kind of, going about her duties, ministering in the affairs of the land, of the people. But there's something rising within the Congress, something rising within the political climb. There's a change. Certain numbers of her colleagues are starting to back different kinds of objectives, strange objectives, changes in trade, changes in just different policies, stuff that seems to really favor Sarlona. And with that, as she begins to resist, she comes up against this awful opposition, very hostile opposition. So she begins to dig into it and finds out that something is really, really amiss. Somebody is really making sure that Gorman Utali receives his exclusive contract to sell the Lucidia Stones in Fairhaven. She doesn't really know why, but she knows that's bad. She puts a stop to it. She stops it at every level that she can, but one by one, her colleagues, all up and down the ladder, begin to just kind of turn and just kind of almost become somebody else, and begin to favor these policies that back the trade of Sarlona, and the import of these Lucidia Stones into Fairhaven, until eventually, finally, she realizes what's going on somehow. These Lucidia Stones are doing bad stuff for whatever reason. Who's behind it, she's not exactly sure. She knows it's somebody from Sarlona. And she tries to put a stop to it. She realizes that whatever they are, they work through dreams, right? They circumvent people through their dreams. And so she naturally turns to her construct associates and friends. She turns to Mark II, she turns to Mark V, she turns to others, and they kind of help create these things until eventually, somehow, one by one, each of these constructs are systematically deactivated and put out of commission. There's other things there as well. There are translation protocols that will translate the language of the Quarry, which is a race from Sarlona. Although we kind of have a forerunner on that piece. Gilzaf wanted to translate that using the skull, right?
Yeah.
But there are things that will translate that. There's also a centralized address, a place where all of this is kind of this evil plan, basically like the address of the evil layer, essentially. It's a place to go, but there's and then there's like access codes and things like that. To be able
the address
to
666 Evil Street?
Exactly.
Yep.
It is the Eberron equivalent of 66 Evil Street, essentially.
There is like
And
a
I'll grab the
huge
address when
sign
it's
outside that says, "We are evil. Evil
Yes,
lives
indeed.
here."
Welcome to my evil lair, right?
Mm.
Absolutely.
Actually, I don't even know why we need the address. It's the volcano in the middle of town.
Right. There you go.
It's always the
With the big sign
volcano.
on it. That's right. It's right there, Mount Doom. Head that way, right? And you were close. You were all so close to circumventing this, to stopping this from all happening. But they, one by one, whoever it was that was behind this, Sarlona, the Quarry, the Dreaming Dark, whoever, they just took over too many people, and they got to you. They got to Mayweather, and this was able to kind of carry through. And but now you may have a fighting chance. It's not too late. It's not too late. Mayweather kind of, but they're onto you. They know who you are. They've been within you. And she looks over at Xylek and says, they have been within you. They're, and then she stops and looks at you all and says, they are coming. They are coming. Boom! There's a rush. There's a kind of like an explosion through the front door. Xylek, you turn and you see what looks like a portal appear here at this front door, and people, what look like soldiers, mercenaries, hard to say. They start pouring through. Let me grab.
That was the one that was invisible, correct?
The portal here that you saw that you saw was invisible.
Yeah.
Yep. They start breaking through, and several just militant-looking figures begin pushing through the door and begin to try to attack you immediately. Let me bring in a token,
Uh-oh.
like so. Waiting for uploads. There we go.
Oh my god, they're huge.
Yes, there's
They're
10 of them, and
huge!
they're all that big. Just kidding.
Oh, he's cool.
Dang, guys, you know what would have been really useful?
An
If
elephant.
before we got in here, I switched my discipline from the Mantle of Awe to Precognition so I'd have advantage on initiative rolls. How cool would that have been?
Oh, wellsies.
Can't protect everything, right?
Mhm. Well, I can if I have Precognition up.
Yeah, but would you have the forethought to actually think of that
Mm-mm.
before today's session?
No, especially because this is a new class for me.
Right on. Alrighty. They came through, and they were onto you, almost as if they were waiting for you.
Uh-oh.
Breaking through the door.
R.I.P.
Let's see.
Lilac. It was nice knowing you.
Well, I've got some tricks up my sleeve, don't you worry.
Let me bring up Mr. Initiative turn order, and we'll see some initiative rolls.
No.
Mhm.
Alright, well, that would have been better.
All right, not bad.
Sure could have used that advantage on initiative rolls.
Right. Let's see. Add turn.
Jason, does initiative count as an ability check?
I don't know. I feel like an ability check is just like your primary stats, right? Like strength, intelligence,
Well,
things like that.
any of your skills, I mean, they the skill that uses an ability is considered an ability check.
Yeah.
Ability check definitely isn't an attack, but I think the rest. So I'm not sure.
Right.
Technically, initiative does count as an ability check, but I don't know if that's like from the book rules as written or not. I've definitely seen other campaigns play it as it is. So
hmm
I think maybe it's more of a DM choice than rules as
Uh,
written.
yeah. So I'll read you
Um,
what I've got here. It says ability initiative is not an ability check, at least not in the strict rules as written sense. However, it's a bit nuanced. It says initiative is a dexterity check, but not an ability check in the broader mechanical sense, used for things like guidance, bardic inspiration, advantage on ability checks, things like that. Tell me why you're asking.
Because I can add my int modifier to an ability check as a reaction.
Okay.
oh, fun.
Um,
My intelligence says that yes, there are people here.
there you go. Yeah. DM's call. I'm gonna say go for it.
Okay, then
Nice.
I get to. I'll just change it to what it is.
Okay.
You're gonna need to add Xylek to the initiative.
Okay.
And,
Zylek, what was your?
Kozel, the goat.
Oh yeah, and the goat needs to roll initiative.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I
Right.
believe the goat shares my initiative.
Mm.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe not. I
Okay.
just need.
Whoops.
Yeah, shares my initiative, takes its turn after mine.
Okay. And Zylek, what was your initiative roll?
So 10.
10. Okay, roll a d20, Zylek. Let me know what you get. I got a 19.
I got a 9.
Okay. All right, we're going to throw you in at 9.8.
Okay.
Mm.
Alrighty. Good. All initiative in? Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Technically, I'm still not.
I don't see Xylek in there.
I have Zylek at 9.8, just under the DM.
Well, so long as
Under
you
all the
see
DM's
it,
guns.
we don't see it on ours.
Oh, you don't see it?
Yeah, I see
No,
10 and
that's
then
not
my
it.
7.
Okay. Weird. I see him quite clearly. Let me see if I can add him again.
There you go. Now I
Oh,
see
yeah.
that new one.
Aha.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Mhm.
Weird, it didn't show up for you guys. Okay. Good.
Yeah, no.
All right. Svetlana, lightning reflexes, lightning combat intuition. You see the room beginning to flood with what look like soldiers, mercenaries, militant thugs. Hard to say. It's not a good situation. Tell us what you'll do.
We're gonna do the old razzle dazzle.
All right.
By which I mean I'm gonna draw a shape.
Okay.
Nice.
Also, I see two Mark 5s, one at 16 initiative, one at 15 initiative.
Mine's
We
the
always
15
do
one.
that.
It looks like you didn't clear the initiative from last fight, maybe.
Maybe.
Mm.
Weird, I thought I did that. Okay. Oh, yeah. Gilzap, what's your initiative?
7.
You're at 7.
R.I.P. me.
All right.
To be fair, I am the furthest in the room.
Right. And Justice is not here.
Justice is not here, no.
There is no justice here.
Just
All
the goat.
right.
So
Right.
that there is a 20-foot cube. Obviously, it's
Okay.
not going to cross through the doors, but got a little web going.
All
Oh,
right.
nice.
She will also have her shield and hand crossbow ready and waiting.
Okay.
Right over there. And that will move it into Goat's turn.
Okay. So you conjure a mass of thick, sticky webbing at a point of your choice within range. The webs fill a 20-foot cube from that point for the duration. The webs are difficult terrain and lightly obscure the area. If the webs aren't anchored between two solid masses, such as walls or trees, I assume they're anchored. They look pretty anchored.
Yeah.
Across the floor, the conjured collapses. Okay, and it is anchored. And each creature that starts its turn within the web or that enters them must make a dexterity saving throw. On a failed save, the creature is restrained as long as it remains in the webs or until it breaks free. A creature restrained by the webs can use its action to make a strength check against your spell save DC. If it succeeds, it is no longer restrained. The webs are flammable. Any 5-foot cube of webs exposed to fire burns away in 1 round, dealing 2d4 fire damage to any creature that starts its turn in the fire.
Hey,
All right.
who's going to set these on fire?
Right?
Maybe we shouldn't burn the wooden floor while we're at it, but
You act like we're in someone else's home.
no, I mean, I'm not playing Elspeth.
Oh, that's fair.
Right? No lightning
And
this time, right?
For the Goat's turn, I'm gonna saunter on up there and then aggressively headbutt that thing.
Okay. This one here?
The one that Goat is next to, so
Okay.
I just need to see if this does what I think it does when I click it. It rolled, and Goat rolled a 12. Good job, Goat.
Okay. All right. Let's see. All right. So the goat rears back on its haunches and moves in for a headbutt. But it just kind of bounces off the webbing a little bit. The webbing just kind of sticks to the goat's horns for a moment, and then just kind of just rubber bands back. Snap.
Strong like spider silk. Jeez.
It is quite strong. Anything else from the goat?
Nope. I have to use my bonus action to make Goat do anything other than dodge. So
Okay.
that's that.
All right, then. All right, it is good. We'll pass the turn to Mark 5.
All right.
Tell us what you'll do.
Can I see from there? Where's my ruler? Yeah, I can see the door from there. Okay, question. These two guys out here, are they inside the portal or are they outside the door?
They're just outside the door.
Okay.
Almost as if that portal can move, can send people both two separate ways.
All right, next question. If I cast a spell that takes up a 5-foot cube, does it have to be perfectly fit into one of these cubes, or could it fit just over this door?
Yeah, the map. It's always nice to make maps where a token can pass directly through a door. That wasn't really possible in this situation. But go ahead and use that center of the door as a point of a spell if you want.
Yeah. Okay. Where is the drawing tool? It's roughly a 5-foot cube. So I'm going to cast Cloud of Daggers.
Okay.
Oh, hell yeah.
Nice.
So you fill the air with spinning daggers in a cube 5 feet on each side, centered on a point you choose within range. A creature will take, with my spell, 8d4 slashing damage when it enters the spell's area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there.
Okay. All right. So passing through that would be 8d4 damage. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Weaving that spell. The rest of you, Xylek, you can see this. The goat can see this. The door just beyond these thug creatures begins to just fill with very sharp clouds.
Mhm.
Very sharp clouds. What a great description.
Razor sharp clouds. Okay, very cool. Anything else on your turn,
No,
Svetlana? Or sorry, Mark 5.
I believe that is all I can. Wait, do these look like people?
Yeah, they're humanoid. Some of them have pointy ears, like elves. Others rounded ears, maybe humans.
Do they give off the visage like they're in a trance, like they used a crystal?
Right. Tough to tell. They look angry. They're obviously
All right.
under the control of the Dreaming Dark. They look like a lot of the other enemies that you face during this adventure is, so they're probably sleepwalkers. Mm-hmm.
Just in case, I will give it a try. I'm going to use my form of dread, so oil starts to leak out of my eyes
Okay.
and other crevices.
Onto the wooden floor.
And I'm gonna get some temp HP. And then we'll see if when I hit one of them, if anything happens.
Okay.
Let's see, what's my temp HP? Ooh. What was the... How much temporary HP do I get?
Ooh, that's cool.
Oh, plus 8. 16 temporary hit points.
Okay. So you're gaining 16 hit points?
I'm gaining 16 temporary hit points from my form of
Okay.
dread.
Form of dread. Okay. All right. So Mark 5 looks a little nightmarish at the moment. Black gushes of oil coming from the seams and crevices and eyes.
You're looking kind of dreadful right now.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit penny dreadful.
Hey!
All right.
That is the
Yeah,
end of
so
my
their
turn.
countenance. Okay. Good. So the countenance looks a little bit harder to hit at this point. Let's see. Okay. DM's turn, starting with this individual. He sees the cloud, sees the razor sharp cumulus, and what's the other kind of cloud?
Stratonimbus.
Nimbus, cumulonimbus, stratus, cirrus. Pick one.
Yes, they all look sharp, right?
Yes.
Razor stratonimbus, sharp clouds. Stand his ground for right now. This one, same thing. Going to coordinate. Let's see. Moving forward, this individual needs to make a dexterity saving throw or dexterity
Yes.
check.
PC 16.
Okay, DC 16. Okay, that's a 12. So that's a fail. Unable to break free of those webs. Let's see. Next, this individual attempting to break free. That's a fail. Next, this one. Let me see. Advance. And advance. There we go. And fails to break free. This one next to the goat. Wow, I was rolling beautifully before we actually started the game. That one fails to break free. And the last one is going to stand the ground. All right, so they're all kind of struggling to break free from this web.
Ha.
Okay, and that's what they've got. We will pass the turn to Xylek.
All right. First, I am going to open my maw wide. My fangs grow ever so sharper and start dripping with oil as I cast Primal Savagery
Okay.
on the guy right in front of me.
Okay.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
On this one here.
2d10. Use my lizard die. Ugh, dang. 12. Does a 12 hit?
12 does not hit this creature.
Okay. Bonus action, I am going to then throw out my mace in the direction of the goat and cast Shield of Faith.
Nice.
For the next 10 minutes, or at least while I'm concentrating, goat is going to have an increase of +2 to their AC.
Okay. Okay.
No, that's not what I want. And that is my turn.
Okay. Svetlana, you notice an aura appearing about the countenance of your companion, as this faithful shield appears around it. +2 AC.
Yeah. It looks as if from the wooden floor of this room, vines, ever thin but fragile looking, wind around the exterior of the goat and add an extra layer of protection.
Cute.
Nice. All right, looks good.
And that is it.
Alrighty, cool. It is good. We will pass our turn to Gilzaf. Tell us what you'll do.
Okay, so I'm going to walk past this lady, and when I reach like her, I'm going to like touch her. If you talked, bee spouse, we couldn't hear you. I'm gonna touch her arm, and at the same time use my bonus action to change my disciplinary focus from mantle law to precognition, because although I can't just always get initiative advantage, I can do other things with it later.
Okay. Right on.
And say to her, it's okay, we've got this. And walk past. So hopefully she doesn't try to join in the fight.
Right. Okay. Yeah, and she's kind of she's very withdrawn, and she's kind of head in her hands a little bit, and she looks up to glance at you, and she's kind of looking at the situation, and you can tell she's fighting an inner battle.
If she looked up at me while I was telling her that, which is when I was doing my bonus action, she would have seen maybe some sort of flash of energy go through my eyes, like my robot eyes. When I was changing my disciplinary focus. It's psi energy, so she can't really see it, but
Okay.
Maybe she saw something. Maybe she'll take heart in that.
Okay. Awesome. So yeah, she noticed just that change in mode through and registering within those optical sensors, and beginning to shift gears just a bit.
Yeah.
All right.
And then
good.
I'm gonna finish my movement, which I was here. Hold on, wait. How many movements is that? Yes, I can go there.
Right on.
To here, and I'm going to throw some psychic daggers this guy's way.
Okay.
Just one though. Just one dagger.
Okay.
Which I need this, and these. All of those to go over there. That is an 8 plus 7 is 15 to hit.
Okay. All right, 15 does hit.
Okay. And that is 10, 15, 18. Wait. 10, 20, 23 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
My dagger is, as always, invisible. So I look like I'm
Okay.
throwing something, but I'm not,
Okay.
you know? And then psychic damage. Although, as we've learned already, psychic damage isn't very super helpful.
Okay.
But who knows?
Still damage.
In this
It's still
situation,
damage.
yeah. All right. Oh, yikes. Okay. All right. So, it is a direct hit. It's a good hit. It's good damage. However, it looks like in this situation, sorry, I pulled the stat block from the book. I'll show it to you after we finish the adventure. It does not appear to have a whole lot of effect at all. These daggers, they bury deep into your target. They wince a bit and then just kind of they just take it. Their stature kind of straightens, still struggling with the webs, and they give you a glare.
Uh-oh. That's okay. That's okay. I've got other things I can do.
Okay.
Hastily searches for a random item I can throw.
All right.
Go.
I've got a
Brandon.
sword. I stole it from the police. It's fine.
Right on. Okay. All right. Good. Anything else on your turn, Gilzaf?
That is it.
Okay. All right. So they're still struggling with the webs. Let's see, Svetlana. You can see that they're that was a well cast web spell. And let's see. And the turn is yours. What will you do?
Then scud up to there. And Svetlana's going to point her little hand crossbow and take a couple shots at this guy, I think.
Okay. Right on. And you can still do that while concentrating, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's a 24 for the first shot
Okay.
and an 18 for the second.
Excellent. Both of those hit. Hopefully piercing.
19 piercing total.
Okay. Good. Okay. All right. So yeah, both of those and let's see, Gilzaf, you do see this. After having made an attempt with a psychic attack, you notice Svetlana moving into a tactical position and firing with a conventional weapon. Both of these arrows strike and do seem to damage this creature. Okay. Piercing damage appears to have its normal effect on these creatures, at least on this creature. Anything else on your turn, Svetlana?
That's it for Svetlana's turn. Goat will take advantage to try to put horns in them again.
Okay. All right, swing away.
That's a 24.
Okay. 24 is a hit on this creature. That's a much better headbutt.
7 force damage.
Okay.
I just realized this means that Goat can headbutt ghosts.
Right?
Piss off. Ghost.
Maybe. Well, they're not quite ghosts. They're definitely corporal.
Yeah, I meant in general.
Yeah, with
Ah,
the force
okay.
damage.
Right on.
Right on.
All right.
And I
Anything else
think
on your turn?
Goat is actually just going to scooch right here because that puts Goat directly in the way.
Okay.
And that's it.
Okay. Okay, we pass to Mark 5.
Alright, gonna take a little step over here. And I'm going to... Let me see something real quick if I did something. Organizing blast. No, I didn't. Okay. I'm going to Eldritch Blast.
Yeah.
This guy.
Okay. Sorry, which one again?
This guy.
Alrighty.
One of them is probably going to miss. Yeah, with an 11. Yeah, that one will miss. The other one will definitely hit with like
Okay.
a 25.
Okay. 25 is a solid hit.
Alright, so one beam ends up hitting 10 force damage.
Okay. Letting loose with that ghostly energy, it sizzles through the air, burns through the webbing, and strikes this creature for 10 force damage. All right.
How big a hole does your Eldritch Blast make in the webbing?
The webbing is only on the ground, and I aimed for the shoulder.
Well, I only ask because
Okay.
it says that webs layered over a flat surface have a depth of 5 feet, and I am less than 5 feet tall. So, can I see through the hole that your Eldritch Blast made?
Right. Let me see. Yeah, because it's you conjure a massive thick sticky webbing at a point of your choice within range.
Yeah, I'll shoot
That
from the
seems
hip.
awful. That seems awfully thick.
Yeah, seriously.
Right. 5 feet does seem
It
kinda
does.
thick.
I would
Well,
thought
yeah.
it'd be like
Well, and that's
1
why-
foot.
Right. How
And
did
that's
you?
what I thought too.
How did you imagine it, Svetlana?
I think we've all seen something where giant spiders put a web down and people stepped in it and got stuck.
Okay.
Not like that.
Okay.
Maybe some going up this wall here because like it, sloped into the doors and whacked into them, so the doors should be covered too.
Okay.
But that's
Yeah.
it.
Okay. Yeah. It does say 5 feet here.
You didn't imagine
that?
it being 5 feet of webs.
Right.
For some
And I
reason,
only
no.
saw that as like what I've never even thought that. The only reason I saw that was because I was seeing if the creature was restrained or just like sort of paralyzed,
Right.
if you will.
Also,
So-
this creature needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Let's see. Wisdom.
Not that it'll do much, but...
That's an 11.
Okay, it fails. It is frightened of me until my next turn if it is capable of being frightened.
This creature here?
Yeah, this
Okay.
one right here that I hit.
Okay. All right. Hang on a second. Let me deal with this, and then we'll get to the webbing. For our vertically challenged characters. Let me see.
I wonder if you can like jump on top of it and like Legolas on
Okay.
top of the snow in the mountain.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So Mark 5, you feel that effect happening about this creature.
Mhm.
You feel that fright kind of attempting to grip the heart of this creature. It holds fast for whatever reason. It does not appear to be very frightened.
Okay.
All right. Gilzaf, the webbing is 5 feet, but we're gonna say it's kind of thin enough for you to reach through with any kind of like a bolt action weapon,
Okay.
a thrown weapon. You can probably nab a target. You can also these guys, they're maybe about 6 feet tall. These
Okay.
creatures. they're about 6 feet tall, so they do clear the webbing as
Okay.
well. So yeah, whatever you can do to reach them in that fashion will work.
Cool.
Mhm. Okay. Anything else on your turn, Mark 5?
No.
Okay. Okay, so what else can they do? Healing. Turn. Must make a dexterity saving throw on a failed save. Creature is restrained. Okay, so they all have to make a dexterity saving throw, right?
Yep.
As they start their turn. So this one. Uh-huh.
I just remembered that means that while they're restrained, attacks have advantage on them. But I think all the attacks we've made since then have hit.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Sounds good. All right. So this one. Let me see. Let me bounce here. Okay. We'll start in the back. Going to stand his ground for the moment. This one is going to attempt to escape. Let's see if they pull it off. Dexterity. That's a 12. And the number to beat is a 16, right?
Correct.
Okay. Restrained. And when they're restrained, they can't do much, right? They can cast spells
They can also make attacks, but they're at disadvantage.
at disadvantage. Okay.
Yeah, it says restrained condition. You have speed 0, and it can't increase. Attack rolls against you have advantage. Your attack rolls have disadvantage. Saving throws on dexterity or dexterity saving throws have disadvantage.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Okay. You might have to remind me of all of that.
Yeah, it's up there in the chat, but I can
It's there in the
slap it
chat.
in.
Okay. All right. It is good. Let's see. Okay. Good. Good. So this one, and can it see you? Because it knows who cast the spell. It can kind of see you. It attempts. Okay, so this one is beginning. This one is casting a spell. Looking straight at Svetlana. And range spell attacks, are those at disadvantage as well? Right?
All attack rolls.
All attack rolls at disadvantage.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Does a 15 hit you?
It does not.
Okay. All right. So Svetlana, you can feel something happening within your mind. Some kind of it's an attack. It's definitely coming from this creature. As it speaks this incantation, kind of tangled in the webs. They kind of relax a bit and focus their gaze on you and begin speaking this spell. You can feel the air kind of growing thin about you, but holding fast to your convictions, and putting up those fortifications, you fend that off. It is a failed attack. Next. This one. We'll try to break free. 21. Successful. So it succeeds on that. So it's not currently restrained, right?
It's a strength check to get out of the restraint.
Okay.
I forgot. It's
Okay.
dexterity when it starts the turn there, and then once it's restrained, it takes strength to get out.
Okay, I see.
And that uses their action to do so.
And uses their action to get. Okay. Yeah, use its action to make a strength check against your spell save DC. If it succeeds, it's no longer restrained. Okay. So I'll re-roll it. Strength. Okay, and that's a 12. All right, so it fails a strength check, still restrained. And then, so going forward, is it all strength checks, or is it?
Yes, unless they move back onto the webs.
Okay, gotcha. All right, good. Okay, moving forward, still restrained. Hold fast for now. This one. Strength check. Yeah, that's a 15, so it's still restrained. Let's see. And what is the range on this? Okay. So it'll try to make an attack. It can see Xylek. It'll try to attack at a disadvantage.
Hmm.
That's a 14.
Misses.
Okay. All right. So Xylek, you see this this creature kind of restrains a bit, trying to fight through these webs. It kind of breaks a hand free, and it tries to, if it were able to throw its entire arm forward at you, like so, it might have hit you. But he's just kind of able to just throw at you a little bit, and you see this massive image of a tentacle covered in small spikes lashing out at you. The webbing just the webbing holds it back and gives you just enough time for you to duck. It lashes out and it goes right above Gilzaf's head, momentarily, and lashes right straight back. It is a miss. The next one. This one. Lashing out at the goat. Strength check.
Is it trying to break out of the webs, or is it attacking go?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Because it can use its action to try to break. Okay.
Yeah.
Right, or it can attack with disadvantage.
Yep.
Yeah, it really wants to attack. I'll roll that at disadvantage. Right. There we go. Yeah, that's a critical fail. It attempts and just fails miserably with that.
Goat mockingly bleats.
As he throws his hand, it strikes back, hits him in the forehead, taking 3 points damage. Let's see. There we go. Okay, next. Last one in the back. It's going to stand his ground for a bit. And we'll pass the turn to Xylek.
All right. Just a quick question.
Uh-huh.
These guys from the back to across the threshold, are they literally 10 feet away from each other, or like are they within the same like square of the doorway?
They'd be about 10 feet away.
Okay.
Just going off of the squares.
Alrighty. Well, then staying where I'm at, I'm going to cast the spell Ice Knife on this guy right here.
All right.
Damn it. A 10 misses, I assume.
Do you have advantage on attack rolls if they're restrained?
Oh, thank God.
There you go.
Not that much better. What was that? 15?
Okay. 15 is a hit.
Oh, it is?
Ooh, nice.
Ooh,
Yep,
hell yeah. All right. That. Do I add anything to this? Actually, that's a good question. No. So that's going to be 5 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And now I need all 3 of these guys to make a dexterity saving throw at disadvantage.
Which one was targeted with piercing damage?
This one.
Okay.
So as I conjure this spike of ice at the tip of my mace that I'm using as a spell focus,
Okay.
I launch this icicle. It pierces into the chest of this guy right here, and then the icicle explodes in a giant burst of ice damage.
Okay.
So all three of them need to make dexterity saving throws.
Okay. You got it. The first one.
They need to beat a 16.
Okay.
And these are all at disadvantage since they're restrained.
Okay. All right. This one fails. Next one. Fails at disadvantage. And this one fails at disadvantage. Okay, they all fail.
All three of them then take 9 points of ice damage.
Okay.
Or cold damage.
Cold damage.
Yeah.
All right.
And that's going to be my turn.
Alrighty. All right. So this this ice spike just explodes within their midst. Shards of ice fill their bodies. They take that amount of damage, and it appears to be it appears to be pretty effective.
Nice.
All right, it's good. Anything else on your turn, Xylek?
Nope. I'm
Okay.
just going to continue maintaining concentration on Shield of Faith.
Okay. All right, Gilzaf, facing some challenges. Your attacks thus far with psychic damage doesn't seem to have hardly any effect on these creatures. You have to kind of move a bit and shift a little bit here to get a view through the webs at your assailants. Tell us what you'll do.
Right. So, question for you, Jason.
Uh-huh.
Kitchen knives. Would you consider them daggers?
They could be brandished as a dagger, I would
Cool.
say.
Awesome. I am going to quickly swoop back over here to this counter.
Okay.
Where I see there's a cleaver.
All right. There's definitely a cleaver
and
there.
I'm going to hop up on the top of the counter. So presumably I am now above the sight line of the webs.
Yep. Okay.
I'm going to scoop up that dagger and I'm going to throw it
Okay.
at this guy.
You have a clear
Sorry,
view of
Mark
your
5.
enemy. Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
since it is a regular dagger, I will be using D4 instead of my sold D6
Okay.
for damage, I believe.
All right.
10 plus 7 because it's a dagger, and therefore I can use my proficiency. Yes. 17 to hit.
Okay. All right. 17 is a hit on this creature. Well done.
Cool. I used my smarts and things. Okay, so that's 10, 15, 16, 17 points of piercing damage.
Okay. Sorry, how much again?
17.
All right. Excellent.
If the cleaver does piercing damage.
Right. We can call it. We'll call it a knife. That's fine.
Yeah.
So yeah. It's a monumentous attack. Hopping up on that counter, having a clear view of your enemy, you arc that blade through the air. Mark 5, you feel a slight whoosh over your head as you see this shiny metallic piece of Ondarian cutlery sail through the air and lodge itself in the right in the head of, or right in the chest piece.
You must have
of
gotten a
your
good
enemy.
arc on that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I'm like standing on a counter, like in between the foodstuffs, just
Yep,
like.
Lots of practice, lots of Angry Birds, all that stuff, right? Figuring out the arc.
Exactly.
Alrighty, it is good. Anything else on your turn, Gilzaf?
That is it. I assume I used like all of my movement to climb up the counter. So because I had to
That,
climb
Do you have second story work, or is that?
No, I'm not a
thinking-
thief.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I forgot. I was thinking of deft hands that they all get at second level.
Oh yeah, you're fine. So that's the
Okay.
end of my turn.
Alrighty.
Also, there's projectiles up here.
Eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pumpkins.
Yep.
A
Yeah,
hawk
I see
of meat,
pumpkins.
whatever that is.
big old piece of ham, a pie, which probably has like a metal pie pan, right?
Can I bonus action put it over the stove? Is the stove on? And then
You
it's
can
heated
do
metal.
you can do an interact with object, which I believe is free. So go for it.
Oh shit! Well, then
shield
in
room.
that case,
Uh-huh. Heat up all the
can I-
things.
yeah, just interact with object and push anything metal onto the
Okay.
stove in the hopes that it's on, and will give me 6 seconds of heat.
Yeah, the clear thing in your view is that pie pan.
Yeah, we're gonna put the pie pan on the oven.
Okay, you got it. There's gonna be some flying pie very soon.
Slightly
All right.
warmed pie.
Yes, indeed. It is good. Anything else on your turn, Gilzaf?
That's it.
Okay. All right, good. We'll pass to Svetlana.
So I have to ask, from that level, is Gilzaf able to actually see Svetlana?
No, because there's a
there's
wall there.
Yeah, there's a wall enclosure right here. This goes
Okay.
up to the ceiling. It's a load
Sorry.
bearing. It appears to be a load bearing structure.
That's really too bad because when that cleaver goes flying, Svetlana has the biggest grin on her face. She is a huge fan of this.
Nice.
You
There you
can, in
go.
fact, hear her cackling from around the corner.
Load
There you go.
bearing, you say?
Indeed.
Please don't kill us all in the cave in.
And also
Crash.
the people that live above this person.
Hmm.
Please
Yeah, that
don't
would
get the
be
people above us to kill us.
that'd be a lot of rolls.
Also, I don't have anything strong enough to like bash in a wall.
Ah, right.
So this guy's taken a fair bit of damage, as I understand it.
A fair bit.
Well, I'm still going to take a step to the side, and Svetlana's going to line up her shot and go again.
Okay. All right, swing away.
Oh, there. I like that.
That looks good. All
Okay, that
right,
damage is a little underwhelming for a crit, but still.
but still, yep. 10 points piercing.
Yep.
Okay. All right, lining up the shot. Seeing the cleaver filled you with confidence, and your bolt sails through the air, dealing 10 points piercing. It is good.
If he's still up, he gets the second shot, too.
Okay. He's still up, still moving. Not looking great, but still moving.
The non-crit did 10 damage, too.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Nice.
Dice rolls, man. All right. That is a hit with an additional 10 points. There we go.
And that will do it for her. If he's still up, Goat will apply horns to face.
Okay. Alrighty. Yeah, still up. Swing away with the horns.
Directly to the forehead.
That's supposed to be with advantage, but I don't know how to do... Oh, I could do it there. But here's the other roll for the advantage then.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the 27's better.
27's gonna hit.
For another 7 force damage.
All right. So with that, he was kind of hanging by a thread at the time, and the goat finishes him off. He begins to kind of hang limp in the webs.
Doing like Frodo in the Shelob's webs.
You could say,
Yeah.
yep. Just kind of like he just kind of goes limp, but he's not able to fall to the ground because he's kind of held up by the
Yeah.
by that. Very Frodo-ish.
I love it.
Yes, indeed.
All Mark 5's turn.
Okay.
Oh,
All
I see
right,
why.
Mark 5. Tell us what you'll do.
Okay, we are gonna do another Eldridge Blast. on this guy again.
Okay. All right, swing away.
Don't be like me. Don't forget the advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, we have advantage?
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
they're
they're
Because of the webbing.
restrained.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's 14.
What if I want to search for something that's not in the frickin' 2024 book?
Right.
Okay.
Are you on 5e tools looking for it?
Yeah, and it's not giving me. Sorry.
They've hidden a lot of stuff. If you let me know what you're looking for, I may be able to. Like,
Both
just
are
drop
gonna
it
be
in
a
chat.
21 to hit.
Okay. 21 is a solid hit. And which one was your target again?
This guy.
Okay.
Ooh, these are good. I just have to math now.
Okay.
Let's see, where is my Eldritch Blast? Oh, okay. Oh, that's gonna be a 12 and a 13 force damage.
Okay. All right, lashing out with that. That ghostly energy erupts from your hands, sizzles through the webbing, and lands and finds its target, sundering both limb and joint, breaking armor pieces, cracking bones.
24 damage.
Yeah, that should be my turn.
Okay. All right, good. Next up, this one. Going to wait, and let me see. And this one will strike at Xylek at disadvantage. Let's see.
Ooh, I didn't even see this. Neato.
Xylek, does a 15 hit you?
No, sir.
All right. Again, lashing out with that ghostly tentacle,
How dare you?
and it is a miss. Let's see. Next, this one in the back. Let's see. We'll try to get unrestrained. And the number to beat is a 16 to get unrestrained, right?
Correct.
Okay. All right. Attempts to get unrestrained and fails. And let me see. The next one. Attempting to get unrestrained. And fails. Okay. All right, and the last one standing his ground at the moment. And these guys in the back, they just kind of appear to be observing. Not doing much there. This one, he's just been kind of eyeballing back and forth. He's kind of peering through the door, and you can kind of see them watching. This one, they're just kind of standing there. They just kind of are watching these things happen. All right. We pass the turn to Xylek. Tell us what you'll do.
Honestly, an idea just literally popped into my mind right before my turn.
You got it.
Might do this. It's pretty funny. No, I can't actually. Never mind. So I'm gonna do two things. Action. I'm gonna cast Toll the Dead
Okay.
on this guy right here.
Okay.
Needs to make a
Which one? Sorry.
DC a Wisdom saving throw of 16.
Okay. That one there.
No, this bad boy's been hit a good couple of times already.
All right. Okay, that's a 21.
Do I have an attack
Ah,
bonus? 7?
All right. So
It appears
he
to be very
saves.
wise.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
As a bonus action, I'm going to summon a spiritual weapon.
All right. What does your spiritual weapon look like?
This time, it's going to look like a long, gnarled branch of wood with a sharpened jawbone wrapped at the end with like cordage and feathers and animalistic like properties like adorned on the where it connects to the spear.
Okay.
And I'm going to summon it right here.
Okay. Let me see here. Okay. Let me bring that token up.
Hmm.
Okay. Best I can do on the fly. There we go. Woohoo! It's wood with a jawbone on it.
Let's do it.
All right. I'll scale that up. Down. Where was it you said you were putting it?
Like right here in this square.
Okay.
So it'll be right in the open doorway.
Okay. So it's kind of in the midst of a cloud of very sharp cumulus and Stradivarius clouds. Cloud of daggers cast by Gilzaf.
All right.
Mhm.
It's going to attack this character.
Mark 5.
Oh.
Gills
By
have
Mark
to be
5. Okay. Cast by Mark 5.
Oh yeah.
All right. Attacking this one.
Yep, that's going
Okay.
to be a 22 to hit
22 hits.
for 8 points of piercing. Or what does it specify? Force damage.
Okay.
So that's 8 points of force damage.
All right. Okay, he's not looking great. He has taken some significant damage.
Okay. That is my turn.
Okay. All right, it is good. We'll pass to Gilzaf. Tell us what you'll do.
Okay. As a bonus action, I am going to further focus on my discipline of precognition right now and expend 2 side points to have a precognitive hunch. That's concentration for 1 minute. It says, as a bonus action, you open yourself to receive momentary insights that improve your odds of success until your concentration ends. Whenever you make an attack roll, a saving throw, or an ability check, you roll a d4 and add it to the total.
Okay.
Because I'm going to pick up that pie plate that's been sitting on what is hopefully an on oven for 6 seconds.
Uh-huh.
And throw it at this guy's head. And I suck at strength, so I need that
Okay.
d4.
All right, you got it.
And I have advantage. Which
Okay.
I'm going to do.
Yes, indeed.
That's much better. Okay, so 18 minus 1 is 17, plus
Uh-huh.
the d4, which is 3, 20.
Okay. All right, we have a dirty 20. A solid hit on this
then-
feature.
Yay, because I had advantage, that means I still get to use my sneak attack bonus.
Excellent.
So I do 10, 15, 16, 17, 18 damage. Bludgeoning, probably. Hopefully it's also heated metal. I don't think it is. It's probably barely warmed metal if
Well,
the
I
oven
was-
was on.
I was thinking about that, and I think in our world, 6 seconds is not a lot of time to heat something on the oven or on the stovetop. But in the realm of Eberron, like I said, low-level magic is everywhere, right? So they
Yeah, it
probably
is.
have discovered some fairly efficient ways to heat up food items on a surface like an oven. So this is actually a pretty hot pipe pan.
Ha! Nice.
Remind me, which one was your target?
The one right in front of Xylek right there.
Right here? Okay.
Yeah. I kind of
Alright.
want to get rid of him so that if Xylek has been standing there because he's going to move, attack of opportunity range.
Okay.
He can move when that guy's
Got it.
down.
Okay. All right, you bet. So you're standing there glaring at your enemy who just tried to whip you with a big ghostly tentacle covered in ghostly spikes, and you both just kind of have this moment when suddenly you see something, an object, an object, obviously metal, in the shape of what looks like a pie pan, slightly tinted red, swings through the air, and just conks this guy on the head. And what was the damage again?
It was 18.
18? Okay.
Probably bludgeoning. I don't know.
Okay. All right, dealing 18 points of damage. Hits him in the head. It definitely rings his bell quite a bit. He looks off into the distance and begins glaring at Gilzaf at the 2-foot construct standing on top of the kitchen counter, hurling whatever objects could be quickly grabbed and heated throughout. It is a crazy, insane scene. It is good. Anything else on your turn, Gilzaf?
As an interact with object, I'd like to put another pie pan. this actual pie on the stove.
The actual
Get
pie?
some boiling hot berries in them.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Also, do I take any damage from holding a pie pan that is very hot?
How susceptible are you to heat damage holding a pie pan?
It doesn't say anything as to whether or not I'm
Okay.
not susceptible to heat damage, but I am made of metal.
Okay.
So
Right.
I'm
Okay.
assuming not very susceptible. Although
Okay.
to heat metal, I am.
Okay. All right. Yeah, it is. It's magically heated using that utility
Yeah.
heating surface. The heat does kind of transfer through your metal fingers, and it does burn just a little bit. Take 2 points fire damage. All right.
We'll look up the rolls on concentration now. I'll be right back.
Okay.
DC
It is
10
good.
is half the damage, whichever is higher.
What?
It's DC 10 or half the damage rounded down, whichever is higher.
So,
Probably 10.
Okay.
Constitution.
DC.
saving throw.
Yeah, and it's a con throw.
I am still concentrating. Yay.
Okay.
I don't normally play a spellcaster with concentration spells, so.
Right.
I have it in another tab. That's why I know that.
To hold
Nice.
your cloud of knives or cloud of
No, the Cloud of Knives is Mark 5.
Mark
to
5.
hold
I keep
my,
forgetting. I'm sorry.
Psychic focus for a minute on
Okay.
adding a d4 to my -1 attack rolls.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Very cool. Okay. Let's see. We'll play through Mark 5's turn before we close out for tonight. We'll pass the turn now to Svetlana.
So this guy just got conked in the head by a pie pan, right? The one that's
Mhm.
closest to Xylek.
Yep.
Mhm, the
A
one
red
right in
hot
front of your
pipe
face.
pan.
What was that, Jason? Sorry.
A red hot pipe pan.
Okay. Well, now he's gonna get shot. So
Shocked? Or shot?
shot.
Okay.
I
right.
know the 26 hits. Does the 14?
26 hits. 14 just barely misses.
Then 7 damage. Well, not 7, but 7 damage.
Okay.
The
7 points
minimum he
damage.
can do.
Okay. And that'll keep your concentration.
My concentration?
Yeah, for the webs.
Oh, I'm shooting them with a crossbow. This doesn't require concentration. So-
Gotcha. Right on. Okay. You got it. Okay. Yeah. Anything else on your turn?
Goat will trundle on over here, wander around, and just
Okay.
give him the old horn.
Okay. All right. Bash away.
I forgot to switch it to advantage again.
Roll twice.
There we go.
21 and an 18. Is that right?
Yep, and it does 11 force damage.
All right. It's Yeah, Xylek, the next thing you see after a molten hot pie pan flies through the air and hits your assailant in the head, you see a crossbow bolt whiz out of nowhere and lodge itself in the throat of this creature. The next thing you see is you hear or feel this goat to your left, or to your right, moseying in and with gale force pounds this creature for 7 points. All right. Heck of a day. Okay, anything else on your turn, Svetlana?
Nope, that's it.
Okay, we'll pass to Mark 5. Tell us what you'll do.
Did it seem like Xylex's necrotic damage did its job on this guy?
I think that was a save or suck spell, right? So it didn't
Exactly.
actually
So
take any
pass-
damage.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
So we don't know.
Okay.
Alright, well, I'm gonna give it a try then.
Okay.
So I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast and on the first beam, if I hit, I'm gonna do necrotic damage and it'll let me use 1 additional damage dice.
Okay. Target is the same guy in the back?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I still have advantage.
You do. He's still restrained.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I don't think this one would hit. Would a 14 hit?
14 would be a near miss on this creature.
I don't remember whether my first roll was a 6 or an 8. So we'll just say it's
Okay.
a 7 that I rolled. So that one will miss, and then
Okay.
the other one will hit with some number that is math, but 16 on the dice.
Okay. Yeah.
So at least that was the first hit.
Okay. 16 hits.
So that one will deal 2d10 necrotic damage.
Okay.
That should be 13 necrotic.
Okay. All right. So yeah, so that beam cuts through the webbing and sunders your opponent. He falls lifeless before you.
Hey.
Ooh.
All right. Have 2 kills for the night. Okay. And with that, we are out of time for our session. So we will finish up this fight. We have 2 assailants left stuck in the webs, frantically trying to figure out a way to either break free or break some concentration. The other 2 in the back, they appear to be holding their ground. They are observing at the moment. We have Mayweather Westloon still in the bedroom, just kind of fighting the good fight, frantically trying to break free of whatever has hold on her mind. And the rest of you still standing firm within the fight. It is good. So with that, we will close out for the night. Does anybody have any questions or anything I can do for anybody before we close our session?
I think I'm good.
Okay. All right. Very cool. So with that, I will pass the floor back to our gracious host, Beluga.
All right, everyone. Thank you for joining. Let's see. We will not be having our normal Thursday campaign on Thursdays this month, as we have some schedule conflicts and vacations and whatnot. So we will be back with Rise of the Rune Lords Thursday, May 8th. But our Wednesday sessions should still be good to go. So we will see you here back next week around 8:30 Eastern Time. So I hope to see you there. I'm Beluga, your guildmaster here at the Role Players Guild. I play Mark 5, your Warforged Warlock, peasant to Alex with Laura on deck.
Hey, Alex, your resident cleric druid multiclass. Name's Zyra. And it's Laura's turn.
I'm Laura. I'm playing Gilzaf, who's my /mystic. Throwing pies at people. Watch out. Could be next. You're not next unless you're a mean person to my friend. It's Bee Spouse's turn.
I'm Bee's spouse, and Bee is there, right there.
Hey, hi Bee.
Hi, B!
Hey!
I'm
Bee.
playing Svetlana, who has been shooting people and whose goat has been running his head into people. And it's Jason.
All right, everybody. Thank you all once again. As always, super fun to play with y'all. And we will be back here in one short week. Same bat time, same bat channel. I am Jason, your friendly neighborhood DM. And we will see you all next week.
Good night, everyone.
Good night. Bye, y'all.